welcome to The View. I'm Elizabeth Hasselbeck.
I'm Whoopi Goldberg.
I'm Barbara Walters.
And I'm Rosie O'Donnell.
Today is a very special day because we have the author of the novel Disgrace and Nobel Prize winner in literature, writer J.M. Coetzee. Mr. Coetzee was born in Cape Town, South Africa in 1940. He has written many novels, but his most famous was a national bestseller and a Nobel Prize winner. The book Disgrace was written in 1999. Please help us welcome him. Yay!
Stay seated.
Oh, come here. Give me a big hug. Oh, yeah.
It was no problem at all.
Mr. Coetzee, really, thank you so much for joining us today.
No, don't worry about it.
Having you here to talk about your book is very exciting. Can you give us a very brief summary of your novel?
Ah, yes. Well, Disgrace is about a professor named David Lurie. He is addicted to women and ends up having an affair with one of his students. When word gets out of the secret, he decides to resign and move to his daughter's house in the Eastern Cape of South Africa. There, an unspeakable act of hatred occurs. Lurie and his daughter, Lucy, are attacked by 3 African men, and the life of his daughter and him are never the same. And I don't want to give the rest of the book away, so you'll just have to buy it.
Oh.
Now, Mr. Coetzee, on page 28 in the final paragraph, it is stated, "What if she's got away with much? He has got away with more. If she is behaving badly, he has behaved worse." Now, reading this, it reminded me of a particular personal experience when I was 9 years old and went through a phase when I always had to be worse than my brother. How do you think this quote applies to the theme of your novel, Disgrace?
Well, I would say I wrote this book to stress the importance of our personal consequences of the good and bad decisions we make in life.
Yes, and on page 65 you wrote, one second. Oh. Letting herself go, as happens when one withdraws from the field of love. Oh. Do you think that the simile you used in the sentence relates with the theme of the book and the purpose?
Oh, yes, very much so. Because just in this sentence alone, Lurie explains losing sight of yourself can lead you to a place of dullness and unhappiness. Most of the time, this is done through our actions, just as is shown throughout the theme of the novel with Lurie, which is that our decisions affect us greatly.
Ah, yes. That reminds me of a personal experience before college when I was trying to decide whether I should go into nursing or be a TV talk show host, and I think we all know how that turned out.
Excuse me.
J.M. There was a time in my life and there were rumors going around about my brother and his sexual orientation. I was thoroughly reminded of it when I read this quote. She would rather hide her face because of the disgrace, because of the shame. Like a stain, the story is spreading across the district.
Yes, that quote certainly is a turning point in the novel. You can really see the horrible emotional pain Lucy feels after being raped. I've had many readers tell me that they can relate to this part of the novel.
You know, it was rather embarrassing. I actually began to get in tears when on page 156, Lurie says to himself, "My daughter," he thinks, "my dearest daughter, whom has fallen to me to guide, who one of these days will have to guide me." I know I speak for all females in personal experiences when I say that we all have felt that time when we knew we would have to care for our fathers at some point in our lives. I personally started feeling that at an early age because I am the younger of all my siblings, and my parents are much older.
Yes, I've had many fans who tell me that there is just so much material in this novel that they can relate to in their own lives. Just as on page 207, when it says, "A violent child in the body of a young man. Many fans say they feel like that they are that violent child discovering themselves in the body of a young woman or man when they are beginning to read Disgrace. This novel is definitely a good book for people who are trying to find themselves in everyday life.
As much as I loved this book, I would have to give it a 3-star rating. This is mainly because I'm more of a romantic novel type of woman.
Yeah, and I would have to give it 3 stars as well, because it was attention-grabbing near the beginning, but as the story continued, it kind of got slower and slower and much harder to read.
You think? Really? I mean, I would have to give it a 5-star rating.
Wow.
I loved this book.
5 stars, really?
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, 5 stars.
Thank you.
Yeah, 5 stars.
Well, thank you. Don't fight, ladies.
The book got a 4-star rating for me. I was interested the whole time, but I thought the content of the story was a bit over the line.
While we all had different ratings, we all agreed that the story would be more suitable for a middle-aged group of people. Well, we'd like to thank you, Mr. Coetzee, for coming on the show today. It was really a great joy to discuss your novel, Disgrace.
No, thank you, ladies, so much for having me today. Thank you. Oh.
Thank you again for joining us on The View, and we hope to see you next time.
Get over here. Get over here.
Oh, ladies, come on. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Take care. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.